Hey everyone, Nick here at SCCY Firearms, and today I'm going to be talking to you guys about our double action only hammer fire pistols and our striker fire pistol. So our double action only hammer fire pistol comes in a 9mm, which is our CPX 1 and 2. CPX 1 is our safety model, CPX 2 is non-safety. And then also we have a double action only hammer fired 380, which is our CPX 3. Which is non-safety, CPX 4 with safety. Jumping over to our striker fire pistol, that is our DVG-1. But first I'm gonna explain to you guys the double action only. So the DAO hammer fire pistol that we carry, the whole CPX line, goes with the hammer. So the hammer itself, every time you pull that trigger back, you'll see the hammer swing back, and what happens is the trigger bar drops off at final stroke. The hammer comes forward, strikes the firing pin comes directly into the primer of the cartridge, ruptures the cartridge, sends the bullet down range. So it's a very, very similar concept to the 1911, which is single action, where every time the slide is racked, the hammer comes back, stays back, and then as soon as you pull the trigger, the hammer comes forward. But on the double action only, the hammer goes back, and as soon as that hammer reaches its full stroke, the trigger bar drops, hammer comes forward, hits the firing pin, ruptures the cartridge. So jumping over to our DVG, that is our striker fired pistol. The difference is this is a spring-loaded firing pin. So what that means is it's ready to go. So as soon as you drop the trigger, pull the trigger, the sear inside of the frame here drops down. You can see it ever so slightly drop down. And so when that drops down, it releases the striker. You see the flag on the striker there. It's riding right on that sear. You can get a good picture of it there. And so what happens is that sear drops, the striker comes forward, ruptures the primer on the round, cycles, the flag comes back over, drops beneath the sear has rose up at that point, and so then you're ready to pull the trigger again. The sear drops, striker comes forward, ruptures the round. So that's the big difference there, guys, is this is a spring-loaded firing pin, whereas on the hammer fired pistol, you have the hammer spring here that is stretched out, which pulls the hammer back, and once it reaches its full stroke, the hammer releases forward, hits the firing pin, and then that ruptures the round. So with the striker fired, you have quite a bit less trigger pull poundage compared to the double action. Double action is more comparable to a revolver. So if you're familiar with shooting revolvers, the double action is going to be right up your alley. But if you're into the lighter trigger pull, you're definitely going to want to go with the DVG-1. That's about a 5.5 trigger pound, whereas this one is up near 8 pounds. Thank you guys for tuning in today.